stopped in the hut. "Jimmy, go see," he said softly, and before I could stay him he was gone. "What is it?" whispered the doctor, and I told him. The doctor drew his pistol. I heard him in the darkness, and grasped my arm as if to be ready for flight, but just then I heard a voice in the hut which made me start with joy. Then there was a rustling sound, and Jimmy came round the corner of the hut. "All rightums," he whispered. "Find somebody's fodder." "You here again, my boy?" whispered a familiar voice. "Yes," I said, catching the speaker's arm, and then, "Doctor," I said, "this is the prisoner who saved me and set Jimmy free." "Doctor?" said the poor fellow in a low puzzled voice, as if his mind were wandering. "Yes, I am the doctor. They made me their doctor when the fever when oh, my boy, why did you come back?" he cried excitedly, as if his brain were once more clear. "To fetch you and the other prisoner," I said. "Mr. Carstairs?" he said earnestly. "Hush, hush! They are coming back. To kill me, perhaps. I must go." He slipped away from us before we could stop him, and while we were debating as to whether we had not better rush in and fight in his defence, the savages crowded into the hut, and once more there was a loud buzz of voices. These were checked by one deeper, slower, and more stern than the others, which were silenced, and after a minute or two we heard our friend the Englishman respond in a deprecating voice and apparently plead for mercy. Then the chief savage spoke again in stern tones. There was a buzz of voices once more, and the savages seemed to file out and cross the opening toward the other side of the village. We dared not move, but remained there listening, not knowing but that a guard might have been left. But at the end of a minute or two our friend was back at our side to say excitedly: "I want to help you, but my head I forget. I cannot speak sometimes. I cannot think. It is all dark here in my mind. Why have you come?" "We are friends," said the doctor. "Where is Mr. Carstairs?" "Carstairs? Mr. Carstairs? Oh!" He began to speak volubly in the savage tongue now, tantalising me so that I grasped his arm, exclaiming fiercely: "Speak English! Where is my father?" I could hardly see his face, but there was light enough to tell that he turned towards me, and he stopped speaking, and seemed to be endeavouring to comprehend what I said. "My father, the prisoner," I said again, with my lips now to his ear. "Prisoner?" "Yes, at the great hut, the chief's hut." He began speaking again volubly, and then stopped and bent his head. "At the chief's hut?" said the doctor excitedly. "Wait a moment or two to give him time to collect himself, then ask him again." The poor dazed creature turned to the doctor now and bent towards him, holding him by the arm this time. "Chief's hut? Yes, right across, right there." He pointed in the direction the savages seemed to have taken, and from whence we could hear the voices rising and falling in busy speech. My heart leaped, for we knew now definitely where he whom we sought was kept, and the longing, impatient sensation there came upon me to be face to face with him was so strong I could hardly contain myself. "Let us get round there at once," I whispered. "Here, Jimmy." There was no answer. Jimmy had crept away. End of chapter 32. How we heard a black discussion and did not understand.